Welcome to our Thanksgiving episode, an annual pause in the calendar where, no matter how crazy the world feels, we gather around tables, big and small, noisy and humble, polished or imperfect, and we ask the same timeless question: what are we thankful for? Maybe it's the obvious things: family packed into a single living room, kids laughing under the table, smell of turkey or gumbo or whatever dish says home to you. Maybe it's the blessings that didn't look like blessings at first, the struggles that taught us strength, the detours that led us somewhere better, the moments we didn't realize were shaping us. This holiday isn't just about food or travel or perfectly folded napkins. It's about remembering that in all of life's noise, there are small, sacred things that still anchor us. So today, as ovens hum and families gather and the season wraps its arms around us, we're taking a moment to name the gifts, big and small, expected and unexpected, and discover that maybe our tables are fuller than we thought.
Welcome to the Retrospect podcast, a show where people come together from different walks of life and discuss a topic from their generation's perspective. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Stoney.
Hello.
And Jason.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
In the pre-show,
Okay.
Jason said, I have a short opening.
Okay.
So as soon as he said, welcome to our Thanksgiving episode, I almost went, wow, that was really short. But I was trying to get that timing just right, and then he popped into the second. I was like, burn it. I almost had it.
That's funny. So how's everyone's week been?
Yeah, well, it's been good. Right now, it's just the weeks are marching toward the big day, and so it's, there's always things we're still prepping for, and we're trying to get out all the save the dates,
of course.
And we have a little get together coming this weekend. That will be just a little party for our closest friends, and just kind of thanking them for being with us throughout the journey here. So we're excited. And
can you believe that by the time this episode airs, it will be 1 week until December?
I know. I know.
That's crazy to think about.
It's
I can't believe we're already that close to December.
Yeah, it's been, golly, this year has just flown by. It's like, what happened to this year? I mean, it's
Forrest Gump had it wrong.
Okay.
Life is not like a box of chocolates.
All right.
It's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer the end you get, the faster it goes.
Yep, that's right. That's a good one, Stoney. I like that.
Yeah.
Where do you get all these things from?
I don't know.
How do you figure all this out? Because I'm truly am amazed at people who know like movie lines and can just remember different lines from different movies, and it's just
because it was easier for me before the accident because I had a photographic and near eidetic memory. Now I have to write everything down. I have my phone out with stuff on it. I've got the tablet out in front of me. A lot of preparation goes into this, and I just try to keep up. It was a lot easier before the accident.
Well,
but now I'm just trying to do the best I can and muddle through it, and hopefully I'll remember something at the right time, which sometimes I forget.
I think you do a pretty good job. Because I wouldn't have remembered that. I mean,
those are the ones that are locked deep away.
Yeah, see, I'm just not good at remembering movie lines like that. I've never had.
Well, it used to irritate Miranda because I had movies in my head perfectly memorized from the credits to the end. Everything. I could match the dialogue, perfect timing through hundreds, if not thousands of movies. When I was in protective services, if I was in a city, I didn't need GPS. I could remember the maps of those cities in my head. I had like 15 cities: Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Tampa, Miami, New York, places that were just there. And I could just drive and not need GPS. And that's gone. I live on the Waze app now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm kind of mad at Waze because at one time I spent the extra money for the Samuel L. Jackson voiceover. I said, turn left, MFer, and it was the best money ever spent. I think it was like $6.99, and you got it for 3 months, but it was brilliant. Every time you took a wrong turn, he let you know in just his classic style. And but now I live on the Waze app, even for places that I would normally go. I live on that map now. So, but I can't remember stuff like I used to, which is killing me because now I don't know what I lost.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't use, like Tracy. I've noticed with her, she utilizes literally Waze or Google Maps every morning before she goes to work to find what's the best way going to work or going home.
Well, the great thing about Waze,
and I just never have done that.
Well, the great thing about Waze, and I will say this, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but if you put on Waze from your normal, let's say you go from here to there, and you put in, this is my home, this is my work, this is my mom's house, this is my dad's house, put in your top little areas that you go to. Once you get in the car and turn it on, because that's what I do. I have a little thing here, because here in Louisiana, you can't have it in your hand anymore. It's illegal. I have a little thing here plugged in. You put the Waze on. If you take a normal route and there's a slow deviation, construction, accident, it will go ahead and route you to the best route. Because you'll look on that map and there'll be 15 Waze members right around you. And you can't communicate with them, but you can see that they're there, and it takes that information and will route you the best route to your destination. And so it can really help.
I just don't utilize. I guess I should utilize navigation more than what I do, because I go to work the same way. Because I just found it's pretty most straightforward route.
But you see, for me, protective service habit. I never take the same route twice. Yeah.
For me, like I use Google Maps a lot, and a lot of times I use it for time management stuff. A lot of times I'll punch. I know what probably the best route is, or an alternate route if something needs to happen. But like a lot of times you'll put it in there, and with traffic and with like a bunch of stuff, it'll tell you how long it's going to take to get there. But it'll also tell you like within a matter of like 2 to 3 minutes. That ending destination time, I know is going to be pretty accurate.
But the also great thing about Waze is you can say, I have an appointment at 10 o'clock.
Right.
What time do I need to leave to get there on time?
Yeah.
And see, it's still monitoring all of
the
that.
Traffic, right.
So it'll say, you need to leave by 9:22.
Such and such time, right.
Yep.
How easy is, that just kind of makes life easy.
I usually don't prepare that far in advance, but a lot of times I will. Like I'll sit here and go, okay, I know I got to go 30, 45 minutes away, and I'll punch it in there. And of course, when you hit start, it'll say you'll arrive there at a certain time. I usually go by that because it's usually pretty accurate. Because I usually, obviously, even if you go fast above the speed limit, you're not going to get there any quicker, really. So
I could have used that back in probably 1994 at a particular event that ended up being a very big embarrassment for me. But I'm not going to go into it on the show.
A different day. No.
Can't do it. I'll tell y'all after the show.
Yeah, okay.
But
let's see. Back in the 90s, they had, was it
MapQuest?
It was something.
They had MapQuest.
It was Google Maps, but you had to have a laptop that was powered, and then you put the little GPS brick on the dashboard,
right?
And you could use that. And
I think they had the Garmin devices. I think, of course, I didn't have one at that time in my life.
I never liked it. Was too small. It was you got a 3-inch, about 3.5, 4-inch thing. You couldn't see anything. But I had the laptop, put the little brick up there, hooked it up to the little USB port, and and you could at nighttime you could put it on nighttime mode. I thought I was the shit.
Oh, I bet so. It sounds cool.
To me, as long I know in my head different ways to get certain places, so I don't necessarily need a serve. Now, of course, you don't know where like Waze comes in, can kind of detect traffic patterns. Where
and construction, because everybody,
Right.
when,
So,
when
I
you
mean,
get the permit for
the advantage.
construction,
Maybe I said maybe I should utilize it more often because I'm never really.
If you ever go, one thing I will say, if you ever go onto like longer trips on the interstate a whole bunch, it will, at least Google Maps, I think Waze does it as well, will like inform you if there's a stalled vehicle on the side
Yeah,
of the road,
when I
and
take-
like construction or police officers and things like that.
When
just
I
to kinda
take
help.
vacations or stuff, I definitely, if I'm on a long
yeah.
road trip, I'm definitely utilizing navigation.
Yeah.
It's just
now you see that was Waze first.
Okay.
And Google Maps
Oh,
is
yeah, of
kind of
course.
like, Samsung,
Yeah,
and Android did it
Right.
better, and Apple just kind of caught up. Well, Waze would do that, and then
Yeah.
Google Maps caught up. They're going, "Oh, look at this! We need to steal that tech."
Of course.
And so, now they do it. But if you're on Waze, it'll say police ahead. 600 feet. Or red light cameras.
Oh yeah.
they
It's
still
hard to
got
do.
those things now.
Oh,
I thought
do
they've
they?
kind of done away with them a
Or
lot
like
now
little
in
speed
this,
trap
in
things?
this area now. I think there's a
They do the speed traps. Yeah.
yeah. I know it's
Yeah. Regardless.
I think I've been tagged once by
Okay.
one of those cameras before.
Yeah. I
so-
didn't cut. There was one time where I was turning right on red, and apparently I didn't come to a complete stop.
You
quote
did what
unquote.
they call a California
I did.
stop.
It was the dead of night, and there was no one at the intersection.
Oh, that's when they get
I
you.
know exactly. So I slowed down enough, looked left, looked right, no one was around, and I just kind of
To me,
yeah. I
that's
know
one
they
thing
caught me because I was
has
not.
aggravated me about traffic lights. And to me, after a certain hour, they should all just go caution and just
Yeah.
not even worried about. I've come like home like at late hours.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody out
You'll
there.
sit at
It's
a
like,
red
why
light
are
for
you
3
sitting
minutes?
for a red light? I mean, it's like,
I got
that's
a ticket
crazy.
once.
Okay,
I got a
okay.
ticket once back in the early '80s, and it was at a stop sign, and the police officer wrote me a ticket, and I went to court on it because he said I never stopped.
Okay.
He said my vehicle never quit moving, and I had hit the brakes, rolled back a little bit, and then took off and went.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got a physics professor at the local college to go to court with me.
All right.
And they had to take it back because technically I stopped twice.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped when I went forward to move back, and when I moved back to go forward again, I technically stopped twice.
If they're probably thinking, if you're going to go through all that trouble to bring a witness, you might as well go
yeah.
ahead. Good for you.
Just let him do his.
roll on out of here.
But technically,
Yeah, of course.
I stopped
Yeah,
twice.
You're right.
Not once,
Not
but
once.
twice.
Here we go.
Yeah. So, well, guys.
Yes.
What are you
this,
thankful for?
When this episode drops, it's going to be Thanksgiving week.
You're
and,
right.
It's that time of the year where we take stock of our our past year and
Yep.
our life in general, and what gifts are we thankful for? What has happened, and sometimes it's hard. I'm grateful for a lot of things.
Right.
I really am, and there's a lot of little things that you don't even really think about. I think about just of course, the biggest thing I'm always thankful for is your health.
Mm-hmm.
You just think of your health. You think of, I got a roof over my head.
Right.
How many people don't have that?
Yep.
You have someone that loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Family.
Yep.
If you're married, your spouse, or whatever the case may be.
This is that opportunity. This is that time of year just to slow down and appreciate all
right.
those
Yeah,
little things.
think about it, because we're kind of just blowing and going, all year long, and
Yeah.
going to work, coming home, and just life and everything else. But I have to say the biggest thing in this year, especially, even though we started, dating in the end of 23, is Tracy. And
Right.
I used to always kind of give Stoney a hard time for how much he talked about Miranda, and I still like to give him a
Yes,
hard
y'all
time.
did.
Of course.
I still like to give him a hard time on that, but
Right. That's what friends do.
as I said, I really tell people I never thought I would be in this situation that I'm in. I really thought that maybe I was probably not meant to be married, and I as I said, it's just what it is. But I'm a believer the good Lord had put her in my life.
At just the right time.
At the right time when I had a major life change. I retired from my job, and the last thing I was thinking was I was going to be getting married. I just thought that I would just kind of just deal with aging as however I would have to deal with it just by myself. But that's probably the number one thing that will top my list for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Would be is Tracy and her saying yes.
Right.
And she would actually.
She could have said no.
She could have said no. And she got to put up with me and all my weird, quirky stuff of being the age I am, have never been married, and kind of somewhat of a confirmed bachelor, and kind of all the stereotypes that kind of go with that. But I'm very lucky to have met her, and I actually got the guts to eventually eventually ask her out on a date. But yeah,
and here we are. Look at us now.
And here we are. I mean, we're now coming at the end of 2025, and we've got we're going to be getting married in February. So
and that's going to be here. That's going to be here before you know it.
Yes, it will.
That's
be
the
here.
scary part.
People ask me. I think a lot of people still. I run into people all the time. They still can't wrap their mind that Jason's actually going to be married. Okay. I mean, because it's. I think a lot of people say he'll never be married.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm very thankful for Tracy to be in my life, and she's been such a blessing, and she compliments me very well, and we get along great, and so I'm definitely looking forward to see what as we progress, and we'll have each other to take care of one another as we get older. And so that's my number one
of course
thing I'm most thankful for 2020, for 2025.
Yes.
So
what about you?
I was going to say, I think each one of us are going to have this moment to make fun of each other for being very sappy towards our significant others.
Oh, wait, you have a significant other?
Yeah. As of like the beginning part of November, it was probably the later part of October. I kind of I stumbled across somebody that I've known for a long time and has been, has known of my family, and I've known of them and their family as well. And it was such a kind of a coincidental experience that it all kind of took place. But
I have a question. Did your mom have something to do with this?
Not necessarily, but there was a little bit, but it's mostly the fact that no. I it's funny because that will come into play later. Is that I think that it was more than anything else. I think both her name is Maya, and myself were at the right place at the right time. I think obviously our mothers both love us independently and each other. I've known of her mom for a long time, and also my mom loves her as well. So that's already a great sign to begin with. But it's been, there has been a whole lot of stuff that has gone on in my life over the past couple of years, and to be able to have somebody that I can be vulnerable and honest with in such a short amount of time and really connect with, just like you were saying, like the right place at the right time kind of situation. I think I'm getting to a point in my life now where I was more open to the idea of being in a relationship and into something more serious, but I had tried some dating apps and I tried to put myself out there and realized that I just don't think this is going to work out. And I got to that point where I was like, not giving up, but like, maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe this isn't it. And just kind of like, let me just focus on myself and focus on work. And then all of a sudden, here is this wonderful woman coming into my life.
Isn't that interesting? Because you sound like you had given up. Mm-hmm. You pretty much had given up. And 2 weeks before I met Hottie Dr. Miranda, I was sitting on my best friend's couch with his girlfriend going, okay, I'm done. Yep. Dating after 50 is like going to the thrift store, finding the least broken thing that doesn't smell. I'm done. I'm just going to be a career bachelor. Oh. And then 2 weeks later, bam,
Oh,
Mighty Dr.
yeah.
Miranda walks in.
Yep.
So it's almost like you have to give up on the idea
maybe
for something to happen.
Maybe you have to get broken all the way down to get picked back up.
Well, I think,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
a lot of times when it comes to finding the right mate,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times people rush
Yeah.
into these relationships and they really aren't compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to kind of also be honest with yourself. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, okay, what can I offer this person? What is this person looking for
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to fill? You know, I just, I think a lot of times I think if you just allow it to happen organically.
And I think that's what's taken place here, that I think at first I was so nervous about, because I still felt like I'm not sure if this is it or not. I was so apprehensive because I started to realize there were so many great qualities about her that I was like, I started feeling nervous because I was like, I think I really want this to work out. like when I'm being really honest with myself. And there's been a few things, like a few checkpoints, a few green flags, if you will, that came up that I was like, oh, I'm able to really be myself around this person. I'm really able to open up and talk about things that I'm interested in and be myself around this person. And then also upon that, she came to the church that I frequent, and all the people fell in love with her. And she was like, I'm really glad I got to come with you and like got to experience that. It was really awesome. And I was like, oh man.
Was she a parishioner?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And so like it was just but she was able to come and just kind of experience the place that I also frequent, and again felt comfortable and felt at home, and that means a lot to me. And so that was another thing that was like, oh, okay, wow, that was really special. And
Well, it's
yeah,
great, man.
exactly.
I'm happy for her. I really am.
Everything's still new, so I'm still trying to figure out if I still got to make a good impression. I feel like
finding the right mate is critical. I think. I mean, a lot of people pick the wrong ones, and it can cause a lot of heartache and cause a lot of misery and everything else. So, to me, if you're lucky to find that person, that's pretty good.
Right.
It really is. I mean, you hit the jackpot. I mean, that's just
I think it got best for me when I kind of gave up, but then I started judging anybody I would date on how I felt they would handle the zombie apocalypse.
I remember
interesting.
Okay, because if you can't, Miranda's a firearms instructor like I am. She's smart. She's a doctor. She's got things. She's got skills, and then has that mentality of not like a full blown prepper, but some prepper stuff. And she'll throw this thing out here. Hey, do we have enough of this? Or have we checked the date on this?
Right.
And we're going, wow, okay.
We might be on the same wavelength there.
Okay. And, that's just kind of goofy, but that's kind of...
No, that's important.
Those things are important.
Yeah.
You don't want somebody who's always going to be a taker. And it's like, there was a video once, and... the interviewer was talking to this girl, and this girl said, my man, I've been with him for 2 years, 3 years. I don't remember the exact time frame, and I apologize for butchering this, but he won't give me a ring and he won't ask me to marry him. She says, my whole life, I've wanted to get married and have kids and this list of things. And then the interviewer looked at her and said, you just answered your own question.
Right.
Okay. Y'all are obviously 19 to 25 years old. You've been raised with this mentality that you want this list of things. Do you know how much pressure that is for a man in today's society to be responsible for 1 to 3 or 4 lives, including his own?
That's right.
And you want that ring. I bet you he wants to give you that ring. But what you have checked off for yourself is this list of things. But what list does he have to check off to get him ready to be your husband? There's this famous quote, God, why are you putting me through all of these troubles? Because I'm preparing you for what you asked for. And it's the same thing with a man and a young man, a true man, not some of these weak individuals we have in society today, because they just don't care. But a true man is going to want to take care. He's a caretaker. He wants to provide. He wants to provide security, the roof, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So where does he have to be in his life to be ready for a woman?
Right, to be able to do that. And
that's something to be thankful for in yourself, that God has, helped me get me to this point, that I was ready for Miranda. All the trials and tribulations that he put me through, and obviously a whole bunch since we've been together, luckily not her fault, but, well, there was those two things. But, no, I'm just picking, baby. Just for us to be ready for each other and to handle those because they're going to come.
Yep.
The things are going to come. And if you're with the wrong person, that just amplifies it to a bigger problem.
How many, I'm telling you, I've heard stories of people that were with their significant other, whether married or not, and a hardship hit, and one or the other basically just walked off because they can't handle that, and they didn't, basically, I didn't sign up for this. And so that's what I'm saying, to find the right person, to truly find the right person that you're kind of equally yoked with, which is critical. That it's rare.
I'm telling you. Here's what y'all keep saying. I'm going to throw this at you because I don't know if you've actually realized it or not. How many times have y'all heard me say, the night I met Miranda, I knew I was marrying her? Because God doesn't say when I provide you with a girlfriend. He doesn't say when I provide you with a fiance. He doesn't say when I provide you with a side chick. God says, I provide you with a wife, and it is a good thing.
Right.
You looked at Tracy and knew you were going to marry her. You can tell by the way he's talking, he's already thinking about it. And I know he's probably going to disagree with me to save face because she might be listening. And I'm so sorry. What's her name again? Maya, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, but that's how a true man thinks. When he's a man of faith, when he believes in what God has in store for him, that's when you put a woman on a pedestal. Don't put me up there. Why not? A man does not protect a woman because she's weak. He protects the woman because she's valuable. And that's what's wrong with society today. We're so willing to settle and do this because I'm lonely and do this because I really feel like today I don't have any other choices. Instead of working on myself, I don't have anybody else. How about I continue to work on myself? And that's one of the things that I'm going through right now is my big struggle is purpose. I've worked since the 70s, and now I can't. Yeah. There's things I want to do, and I can't do them. But being obedient, I know that this is where God wants me, and obviously there's a purpose for this. But being the human that I am, I can't see this. And I have these intensely dark days, but I still know there's a purpose. I can't see it. Drives me crazy. But I still have Miranda, and she still believes in me, and she still has faith in me, and she hasn't given up on me. There's a lot of people out there that have given up on me. Yep. A lot of people that I've never thought would.
Oh, yeah. That's the hard part. That's coming to face with that.
That's what I'm saying. It's the person who's meant to be with you right now. She's sticking with you, through it all. So, count. That's what I'm saying. That's a huge blessing, considering what you have gone through. Yep. How many people where the significant other just simply walked away?
And they have.
And they have.
I will like to throw this out there. The hardest thing about the word betrayal is it doesn't come from the enemy.
Yep.
An enemy cannot betray you. For those that are listening that know why I'm saying that, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, there's just, you're dealing with that kind of stuff. Some people just psychologically, they can't can't deal with it. They really can't. And so the easiest thing to do is just to put distance. I mean, it's just, I've seen it before. I mean, Stoney, you've experienced this phenomenon, for lack of a better term. But yeah, there's just a lot of people that I think there's some guilt, and because I don't like feeling guilty, it's easier to just simply walk away and just not worry about it. And because just life is just what it is. I've got my own things to worry about in my own bubble that I'm in.
Kind of in the opposite. Like I've had to kind of step away from some friendships that I felt like were, I was perpetuating. I was keeping things going.
Right.
Like there are some friends that really do care about me and are really there for me that I was kind of neglecting, trying to keep these other friendships going. And then I was starting to realize that I was like, I'm not making time for the people that really care about me and that show up for me. But I'm over here trying to carve out time for these people that when the rubber really meets the road, will they be there for me? I don't think so. And then come to find out, there was some situations where I was like, I need help, and where were they? The other people? And it's like, okay. And so again, and I'm not saying I'm betraying them, but I'm like,
you're not.
Had to realize that and go, I need to let go of that and focus on these people.
It's true self-care is what it is. And I hate that terminology, but in this case,
yes,
it's necessary.
Correct. I got some real friends and I got some real family that are here for me that I think I need to focus my attention more on that side. And
look, when we were trying to figure out who we're going to invite to our wedding, and I've always said that I wanted her and I both have said we're just going to be small. We're not spending a whole ton of money on a wedding at our age. That'd be kind of, to me, counterproductive. And, I had to tell my own mother, like, no, that person ain't coming. And I kind of basically, not that I don't like them. I've just simply said, I only really want the people that I interact with on, in my life on somewhat of a weekly basis. That person I see once a year, you know what? You can congratulate me after the event. I mean, I'm just kind of that way when it comes to so, when we were trying to figure out this list, it's primarily family.
Yeah.
It really, there's only a handful of my friends that I've invited to this event, and because I just don't feel like somebody that I only see once a year.
Well, sometimes blood is not always family.
That's true.
And I'll tell you this. I don't know how it happened, but on day 2 of the hospital, I know when they punished me and hid me, that it was you, Jason, who stood by my wife, and y'all found me together. You'll never know what that means to me.
Oh, yeah.
That you stuck by my wife and how you made her feel, and you found me, because they punished me. I don't know if you've
heard.
They punished me and put me on another floor,
put you in a closet,
hid me, and didn't even give me a push button. Here I am oozing from the head.
Yep.
And
I still can't really get over that. All that happened.
You'll always be my family, just for how you treated my wife, and
that y'all are are my friends. We share a bond. And our relationship has grown as the years have gone by. And doing this, we get to know more and more about each other.
Good, bad, and ugly.
Good, bad, and ugly. But you know what? That's
what family
life.
is.
That's
what
life.
it is.
That's what life is.
Yeah.
And nothing is just smiles and kisses and gingerbread. I mean, life is messy. It's just what it is. So
we're doing a Thanksgiving episode.
Okay.
And I know that normally we list a couple of things, but we're a generational show. So I kind of took a different approach at this one.
Okay.
And if y'all will indulge me, I went with what they say they're thankful for versus what they're actually thankful for. So can I give out 3 little lists here on
absolutely
the generationals like the boomers, born in 1946 to 1964. What do you think? What are boomers thankful for? Family, faith, freedom, grandkids, and this great country. Does that sound about right? Yeah. What you would think?
I would agree,
what they're right. But what are they actually thankful for?
Okay.
Early bird specials, chairs with lumbar support, restaurants that still give physical menus when the remote just works, gas prices under $3, weather forecasts that come on regular TV, a good solid "can you hear me now" phone call, that they don't have to understand TikTok, and the ability to eat stuffing without having to worry about carbs.
There you go.
And that their doctor really listens. He doesn't, but they actually believe he does.
That's good.
All right. Gen X, what they say they're thankful for. This is 65 to 1980.
Okay.
Independence, stability, their kids, and their sanity.
Okay.
Is that about right, Jason?
Is
that fair?
Yeah.
So what are they actually thankful for? When nobody talks to them for a few hours. A spouse who handles the socialization for them.
Oh, gosh.
Not being invited to group chats. Any appointment that gets canceled last minute. The fact that they survived childhood with metal playgrounds and no supervision.
Okay.
90s music still being cool. Roll down car windows in case the motor breaks. Knowing life before and after the internet.
Oh.
The bill at the restaurant that's actually correct. And the quiet moment before everyone leaves Thanksgiving. Okay.
I think I jive with a few of those, actually.
So basically, Jason is thankful he lived through the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, and somehow can't remember any of it clearly.
All right.
Millennials.
Here we go.
81 to 96.
Okay.
They say they are thankful for work and life balance, mental health, experiences over possessions, and their found family.
I would agree with that.
That's fair?
That's fair.
Okay. Now, what are millennials actually thankful for?
Okay.
When Amazon packages arrive early.
Okay.
The bartender who remembers their drink.
Hey, that's pretty nice.
Not having to call anyone on the phone. Student loan pauses.
Yeah.
Not getting judged for needing therapy.
Okay.
Bottomless brunch. Air fryers. Not being Gen Z.
Yep.
When their parents babysit. And their coffee order coming out right.
That's interesting.
So Ian is thankful his HOA hasn't emailed him this week.
That's a good feeling. I'll tell you what, there's a few things in that Gen X category I think I was actually jiving with a little bit more on the real side, which is interesting. That's fun. But I
got Gen Z if y'all want to hear this.
I want to hear that, yeah.
All right, Gen Z.
My brother is a Gen Z technically.
Okay, well, you have to let him listen to this and let us know if we're right. Inclusivity.
Okay.
Community. Self-expression. Their online tribe. That's what Gen Z says that they are thankful for.
Yeah.
What are they actually thankful for? Unlimited data.
Okay.
Free Wi-Fi that actually works.
Yep.
Emojis that hit just right.
Okay.
That they never had to burn CDs.
Uh-oh.
Relationship drama they watch on TikTok.
Oh, gosh.
Waking up and not having 3 existential crises by noon.
Yikes.
Not knowing what interest rates are. When boomers say yeet wrong.
No. No.
Shopping carts that don't squeak on TikTok.
Hey.
There you go.
And anxiety meds that come in fun colors.
Okay.
I want the yellow one.
You can't.
Gen Alpha.
Oh, gosh.
213 to present. What they say they're thankful for. Minecraft, Roblox, and snacks.
Yep.
What are they actually thankful for?
I don't know.
iPads with full battery. The adults still think screen time limits work.
No.
When the Wi-Fi speed goes from 98 millibytes per second to 99.
Yeah.
Not having to learn cursive. YouTube Kids. Any meal shaped like a dinosaur.
Oh, no.
That their parents let the tablet babysit them. their one hoodie that they refuse to take off,
No.
TikTok filters that make them look like raccoons,
Okay.
and every dog they've ever seen.
There you go. Every dog they've ever seen. All right.
That is the 2025 thanking. Actually,
Yeah.
what they're thankful
Yeah,
for.
what they're
list.
really
How
thankful
close
for.
was that? Was that
pretty
okay?
good. I think it's pretty
That's
good.
pretty good, Stone.
Y'all like that?
I do.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to realize that I think I may jive with the Gen X a little more than I thought I did. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The things you were saying that they're actually thankful for is like interesting. So yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
fun.
pulled up some stuff here. I'm
Okay.
just kind of
Shocking. You?
I'm just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
glancing at some things here. It says just kind of a summation of kind of a lot of things here about just what people are thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
Just it said basically surveys show gratitude is universal, but is shaped by age.
Okay.
I think I just
I
said
was
Yeah.
going to say, yeah. I guess
Across
we'll
the
find out.
country, family and friends, which Stone said, younger adults lean toward experiences
Yes.
and personal achievements.
Yeah.
While older Americans emphasize health and stability. In
Feels
short,
pretty
what
ubiquitous.
we're thankful for often reflects the life we've lived so far.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I would, definitely think the older you get, the more grateful you're going to be for health,
Yeah.
or family and those kind of things. Because look, at the end of the day, really, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Well,
At the
sometimes
end.
it's really hard to be thankful for family when you have them all.
Oh, yeah.
I can remember a time, I believe, when and this is, I had 4 great grandparents still alive.
Yeah.
And you're not really thankful for that. And now I look back that I have no grandparents
Yeah.
alive.
Yep.
I still have my mother, still have my father, but they're in their 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 61.
Yep.
I'm at the age I thought at one time this was ancient.
You're right.
Well, of course,
Somebody was 60 was ancient.
it's all relative. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the older
And,
you
and
get.
so it's really hard until you start losing something.
Oh, yeah.
And I know for me, that was 1989.
Okay.
I buried 12 people,
That's a lot.
12 close people. I lost a partner.
Mhm.
I lost one of the people that I was a bodyguard for. I did not lose them to my action or incorrect. I lost him to old age,
Mhm.
but
Right.
it hit me hard.
Yeah.
And the way I started viewing things started to change in the 90s because so much happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of look around and you start appreciating those
Oh,
little
yeah.
things. You become thankful for the little things.
Oh, yeah.
And
I had a mentor tell me one time, he was from Australia. He was such a cool, he was like one of those like wise dudes that just like, would just,
sort of like me.
yeah.
No, I'm
He would
just-
just like, he would effortlessly say some stuff that.
Oh, that it is like
no, I was
me
gonna say,
then.
but he would say things and like, you're like, I want you to slow down. I want you just to realize like how powerful what you said was.
Right.
And he used to say that as a joke, but he was like, I pray that you have all the money you need. And I pray that you also go without a little bit. I pray that you have nothing but healthy, totally well, great days. And I pray that you also get sick every now and then. And I pray that like you have all the stuff that you could ever need. And also I hope that you would go without some of the things you really need every now and then. Because there's these moments when in those moments when you are at your darkest moments is when you really appreciate some of those lighter moments in your life and vice versa. It's like there's these moments whenever you go without something, you feel a little bit sick and you're like, man, what I wouldn't give to be healthy right now. And then whenever you do eventually get healthy, it's that appreciation of like, I have to be thankful for the fact that I have health, that I have a house, that I have food, income, whatever it may be, or that kind of stuff. Because it's those moments like that you have to be very,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of the little things that we sometimes we lose perspective on these things. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very grateful that I still have my mother,
Yeah.
who I love dearly.
Mm-hmm.
I consider my best friend now. Of course, now with me getting married, that relationship will change, but I always will treasure my mother.
Of course.
And it will be a bad day for Jason when that day comes when she's no longer around.
Yeah.
But that's extremely important to me that she's still in my life now. I've got a wonderful stepfather. I mean,
we've talked about him,
right? My father, my biological father, died when I was a lot younger, and I miss him still terribly. But
right.
But I very much appreciate the stability of life right now, and as I said, it's there's so many things to be grateful for. That I've got a job, I've got income coming in, I've got a home, and and as much as I moan and complain about the stuff around around me in the world right now, and of course some of that comes out in some of these podcast episodes we do.
That happens.
But
thank God you have stuff to complain about.
Well, exactly.
Right, yeah,
I mean, trust me. I look at other parts of the world where people are getting killed for just going to church, or believing a certain way, and what's happening in these other parts of the world. I mean, it's we have a lot to be thankful for in this country. As much as the country is going through these convulsions right now,
right.
And I'm not saying that none of what we talk about is fair game, because it's issues that we all have to deal with. But for the most part, the average American has it pretty good.
Yes.
Compared to other places, many other places in the world. Even though statistics show there are a lot of people that are unhappy, but it's called first world unhappiness.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people lack meaning and information overload and trying to figure purpose and everything else out. And I think a lot of that came out, especially during COVID. I talked to a lot of people at that time that the jobs they were doing became really irrelevant.
Oh yeah.
And became when things start unraveling.
Oh yeah.
Really, how important is what you do?
And then
I think it hit a lot of people hard, and I think a lot of people got very depressed about that. And it's like, God, I think that realization hits them. That's like, as much effort and energy I put into this, man, just kind of changed the paradigm a little bit.
Yep.
It doesn't really mean a whole lot.
And I don't think it helped any with AI being such a big thing.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I worry about how that will play upon the psychological health of our community as more and more people have to find meaning in a world that is increasingly, you're not really needed.
Right.
If we really think about that statement for a little while, how you handle that psychologically is huge.
Yeah.
Because it is something that really strikes to the very heart of who we are.
Well, right now, instead of doing what we need to do to survive, people's meaning comes from accepting my mental illness or accepting me for who I believe that I am. That gives people meaning. They're not accomplishing anything.
Right.
And that's taking away true meaning of life. I don't care what you are. I don't care what you believe yourself to be.
Right.
What are you doing to help someone else out?
Right.
That's what I care about.
I believe we talked about it a little bit in the previous episode with the whole utopian mice situation, where it's like once you have everything you need, there's like a level of like things start to crumble. You don't have a meaning, a belonging. You don't have
purpose.
A purpose to drive you.
I think that's what's going on a lot in our country right now, and even in Europe and other places, especially in the West. I think that's exactly what's happening. I think we've reached a level of comfort, where all our needs basically are met, and we're kind of at that kind of what in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, self-actualization.
Yeah.
Who am I? What am I here for?
Yeah.
What's my purpose here? And I think, unfortunately, people, there's a huge void there. in our culture now.
Yeah.
We've kind of hollowed out our culture, and people are desperately trying to latch on to something. Unfortunately, that enables people to latch on to a lot of unhealthy things, and it takes them places they really don't need to go. I think if they were a little bit more grounded, I think they would be kind of somewhat immune to some of the stuff out there right now.
Well, what's the expression? If you teach your son early how to work on cars and motorcycles, he'll never have enough money for drugs.
Okay.
We'll take that a step further. If he's working or she's working,
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Somebody, you got an 11 or 12-year-old, knocking that brake job out.
Yeah.
You're inspiring them.
Yeah.
You're spending time with them. You're giving them something. See, at one time, purpose came from what you did.
Yeah.
Look at this. And I challenge both of y'all and our listeners to get on Google and Google Victorian homes.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the quality of craftsmanship
Yep.
that was in America at one time.
Oh, yeah.
In America, not just Europe, but in America. Where is that craftsmanship today? There's no one can do that anymore. And if there's one or two that can, I'm sorry, but you damn expensive.
Oh, yep.
Ain't nobody can afford you.
Yeah,
so it might as well not be there.
Exactly. That's
Just look at the homes. Look at the buildings that were built at one time. Some of the fantastic bridges. Now, I know we got some amazing stuff today, but not in the same scope.
we're not building the beauty that we once did.
Look at the Art Deco time.
Oh, yeah.
Thought process was put into stuff, not just, I'm going to have a black wall and I'm going to do these colors and I'm going to do this. No, people put thought into what they were building.
Right. Yeah, well, I think you had more of the just everyday worker
That's it.
that wanted to do. There's always people that are the outliers. I mean, those people have always existed. I mean, there's always going to be the Michelangelos and Raphael, all that stuff. They're going to always have people like that. It's where I think the drop-off has occurred is the everyday person who did these things. That level of commitment is just not there anymore.
Gone.
Yeah.
And that's why you have the one or two people that Stoney just mentioned that you can't afford because they charge such an exorbitant amount of money. And I'm not saying they're not
I'm
worth
not saying
it.
they're not worth it.
Right. It's just simply because there's this huge vacuum now that exists between the common person and that artisan, that craftsman. It's kind of thrown the whole system out of whack. And that's the problem we have right now and a lot of that. So, that's one thing. So when you do find somebody, talk about being thankful.
Oh, yeah.
When you find somebody that can do something good
Oh, yeah.
and get it to work or build it the way it's meant to be, that's a huge amount of appreciation there because that's not the case the way normally this is done. And so you got a lot of, when it comes to houses, you got a lot of junk houses.
Oh, yeah.
We hear about it every day. There's a suit against this construction company that because
Somebody just got arrested in South Louisiana for construction fraud. Took $11,000 from somebody and disappeared.
No,
That's what I'm saying, because these people sometimes prey on these
quantity over quality.
they prey on this because there's just people get desperate. I mean, we're now at a point where it's just we have a huge skills vacuum.
Oh, yeah.
And getting bigger.
Because people I feel like would rather just buy a new one than fix the old one.
And
Well, that's
more
why
often
I've
than
said
not.
this
I know.
100 times.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
going to say it 101. Chip Foose, great custom car builder, said the situation, the problem with America today is we're teaching our kids to buy something and not build something.
Yeah, that's the
And
problem.
and he's a true artisan. I don't know if you've ever seen some of the cars that he's done. He's a true artisan. God, I wish we could get him on the show. But, and that's a true statement. Nobody wants to do anything anymore. They just want to buy it. It breaks, go buy another one.
Well, I think it comes to a matter as the parts and everything. Is it worth? Is it worth actually?
Oh yeah,
going to go into efforts to fix it. I mean, it gets to a point that it's like it's just cheaper to buy a new one, and that's just the way things are made now.
I got a 2007 Tahoe that I love, and before the accident, there was nothing on that vehicle I couldn't fix.
Yep.
Now I can't crawl underneath it or around it, and I got to get somebody else to do it. But the reason I kept that vehicle is I can work on everything on it.
Right.
Well,
I feel like the problem right now too is, again, like you said, I feel like it started with a number of things, but the one that I could always remember is printers. To go buy more ink and a new toner cartridge, you can just go buy a new printer.
Well,
so it's like at that point,
that's the way it's set up. That's exactly why it's that way. I'm in that position right now with buying a printer. My printer is the amount of money I have just to go price ink.
Yeah,
it's just it's nuts. And I'm sitting there going, how is this so expensive when it's just plastic and ink?
Yep.
I mean, I can't. This is not like rare valuable like earths. I mean, it just blows my mind on some of that stuff. But I mean, yes, I mean we
it really has been upsetting me recently. I've been seeing an awful, because they have all these like new Amazon trucks, like the electric ones with like the halo tail light.
Yeah,
I've been seeing them everywhere over the city. Everywhere, and like even like the backwoods areas, they're everywhere.
Yep.
And there's one thing that I don't know, and I'm not saying I have any better alternative, because I shop at like a Walmart or a Target or something. So I'm not saying I'm better than this, but like I have never been a really big fan of Amazon. It just makes me, I don't know. I don't want.
Well, there's a lot of people have problems with Amazon.
I don't want to contribute to it.
There's a lot of people that don't want to leave their house.
I get it,
and that just goes back to the nature of how society has become more insular.
Oh yeah,
it's reflecting now in how we shop. I mean, gone are the days when people wanted to go to the malls. That was the place to go walk around. Go see the Christmas decorations at Christmas time or Thanksgiving or all the different holidays, and how that was just a thing, and that people came together, and that's where you met your friends, and the whole kind of society was oriented around that. Now, I don't even have to ever leave my home.
Yeah,
I really don't. I can do my banking on my phone. I can have my prescriptions brought to my house. I don't have to leave my house for anything.
Yep.
And I just think that Amazon has filled a void that has happened to our society, that we have become more selfish. We just have. And look, some people are legitimately afraid.
Right.
I think sometimes people watch too much news.
Of course.
I think they've got themselves, or they feel like they walk out of their house, they're going to get shot. I mean, some of it's a bit of paranoia.
Yeah.
But we've gotten lazy, and Amazon has made it awfully convenient.
I know.
Yes, they have.
And give Jeff Bezos. I mean, he came up with this model.
Yep.
Of delivering goods to you. And I mean, they're even talking about, using drones now to drop stuff off. I could see as time goes on, a drone just dropped stuff at your house. We just do away with the car.
Yeah.
Think about that. Now I don't have to worry about paying gas, maintenance of vehicles, and all this other stuff.
All these new ones are all electric.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's cool, but at the same time, it's also like...
But I mean...
I think it's, for me, it's just, I'm just noticing them more because they're all unique, and I feel like there's a whole bunch of them now, and it's like, man...
But I'm thankful that I have the option, that if I ever am in a situation where, hey, I have no help.
Yeah.
I have to have somebody deliver stuff to me. I'm glad it's there.
Right.
I really am. Of course, I mourn the pulling back that our society, we're devolving back into our tribe, so to speak. And that's a disturbing trend. And we've kind of touched on that in other episodes we've done. But, I'm thankful that technology has made life easier for a lot of people. I'm not one of these proponents that hate tech, or I believe tech is neutral. It can be abused, or it can be beneficial. It just depends on the people that are behind it.
I think that's why I'm so apprehensive towards Amazon, because I'm like, I just don't want to.
You don't want to feed the beast.
I don't want to prop up the most wealthiest man in the world, and I know that no matter what I do, I'm probably going to do it anyways. But I'm
Well,
like,
they
if
say Elon Musk is going to be the first trillionaire.
I know he is.
Well,
that's also why I
guess if you ever buy an electric vehicle,
I know, and I haven't.
Thank Elon Musk
You're
for that.
right.
And I tell you what, I've noticed now a few people have been buying them.
Yep.
I'm more interested in the hydrogen cars coming out, because I think BMW said they got it, and it's less than a 5-minute refuel. You take out this, and it's easier to have hydrogen tanks at a gas station than it is a charging station.
Yeah.
As long as the prices.
Oh yeah.
Well, they got to compete. I agree.
I think overall, I mean, just what the prices that are now items that should not be what they are at all. There's too much profit being built into that stuff. I do believe that there is some gouging going on.
Oh,
absolutely.
speaking of, we're not gonna go down this this topic too far, but it could be a topic for a future episode. Is the rapid price influx of coffee for that very same reason?
I think that's just tied in with the tariffs.
Yes, some tariffs. They're trying to make Donald Trump look bad.
But there's also some other things in play besides tariffs. But it is that too. But that's also a big thing that we're paying for.
But you know, as I'm saying, at the end of the day, you're still going to have your coffee. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
The real question is
first world problems. I mean,
but the real question is, how expensive is too expensive? What is that threshold in which you look at something and say, we could say coffee, we could say a car, we could say whatever. What is that threshold where you're like, that's too much?
I think it's basically when the most people say, I'm just not buying it anymore.
I know.
That's
what it's going to take.
That's what I'm saying. For Americans, a cup of coffee, what would that price be? Not say we have to answer,
but you see, it's revolutionary to even say that. You can go to jail for saying that.
For the coffee I buy a low acid coffee.
Yeah.
And it cost me about $22
a bag
for a bag.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
For just coffee.
But it's also really nice coffee.
But it's good coffee.
Yeah.
And that's what I drink every morning. But still got to buy some more Kopi Luwak.
Oh no.
I have one more thing that I'm pretty thankful for.
Okay.
And I have a disclaimer for this one.
All right.
I love New York.
Uh-oh.
And I love the people of New York. But I am thankful I do not live in New York.
Yeah. Does this have anything to do with what we were talking about last week?
It has everything to do with it. Because this Zohan Madami is an idiot.
Okay.
Did y'all see the interview that he did over the weekend?
I did not.
No, I missed it.
Okay. This idiot has no idea how economics work.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to quote his interview.
Okay.
Okay. Now follow me on this one. I've proposed that we raise $10 billion to pay for our economic agenda and to start to Trump-proof our city. He says we're going to match corporate taxes and they can pay it over here. Just when people say they're going to Florida, wherever you are headquartered, as long as you do business in the state of New York, you are taxable for that corporate income.
Dude.
We are talking about corporations that make millions of dollars, not in revenue, but in profits. And they're saying they're going to leave. If you want to do taxes in New York, you will. If you want to do business in New York, you will still be taxed on it.
He's going to shut down the state.
Staten Island. What is it? Long time ago, Baker Incorporated around Baton Rouge, Central Incorporated, and what was the last one? What was the last? St. George.
Okay.
Yes.
Staten Island has said that they are going to secede from New York.
Wow.
They announced that this morning.
Well, of course.
They said, we're done. We're not even going to do this.
Well, I mean, not to really go down that road too much because we talked about that last week.
yeah.
But
I don't want to, but I'm just saying I'm thankful I don't live there because they're going to be in a bind.
He's a 34-year-old, rich kid that has really no clue about the working class or economics or anything like that. I mean, he's tapping into, and this is another
fear.
He's tapping into fear. He's tapping into a lot of young people that are just dissatisfied with the way the status quo is right now regarding to affordability, and that's another issue altogether. And
I'm curious now. I wonder what's going to happen because that's like you.
Well, he can't really do too much without the governor of New York.
She's already said
acquiescing to that. So I believe we mentioned that last week that. Governor, I believe it's Hochul, I forget her name, but she has indicated that there could be no new taxes.
Okay.
You're talking about that would drive her out of office.
Right out of office.
Well, I mean, even they recognize that. But
one thing I want to remind y'all of, before the internet, every village thought they had one idiot. Boy, were they proven wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just
think about that one for a minute.
Right.
I just think there's just a lot of distrust and a lot of anger, and just there are a lot of people that just the country's convulsing a bit right now. And believe me, as I said, I'd be very curious if this is replicated in other cities. This sort of politics, and so it'd be.
But obviously with this week, as this episode releases, Thanksgiving's going to be at the end of this week. Take a moment. I mean, and obviously, many people do this already. Many people that I know are probably people that attend church regularly. I think we do this on an occasion. I know there's a Bible study that recently happened at the church that I was attending that kind of did this sort of thing, where just make a list. Take a notebook out, take some time, and make a list of things you're really thankful for. Not like any of the, like there's probably 10 to 12 things that like you would probably say already. Health, food, home, all that stuff. Write all those down if you have to get them all out, but like really dig down deep and get past those. Get past that list right there, that those portions that you feel like are kind of at the surface level. Get down deep and start really appreciating what's around you, the little things in life. Mm-hmm. That's the stuff I think would really, once you get to look back on that after this week is over with and look back at it again, whenever your life and your week picks back up into that rotation, look back at that and realize these little things in your life that I think you're really thankful for. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of stuff that I've been doing recently as well. It's been helping me out a lot to slow down and just take stock of what I have.
I'm grateful for all the blessings that I've been given, and because I know there are a lot of people out there that have got it rough. Oh, yeah. And so yes, I am grateful for. As I said, for living in a free country.
Right.
I mean, as of right now, I'm pretty much free to believe what I want to believe. I can pretty much do what I want. I can free to kind of move around wherever I need to go. All the things that in a lot of parts of the world people don't have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we always have to be grateful that while yes we have problems, everybody has problems. There's no utopia on earth. There never will be a utopia on this earth. That will come in the next life, but it won't be in this one. We have to always be mindful that we've got it pretty good, especially here in America. And even, believe me, parts of our listeners that may be in Europe or in Australia or other places around the world that they've pretty much probably their life is fairly good too.
Right.
I'm sure they got their challenges wherever they live, but it could be a lot worse, and that doesn't mean to mitigate that there's problems, but we do have it pretty good.
I need to differ with you.
What's that?
And I don't like disagreeing with either one of y'all, but I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Especially since the accident. when I'm sitting there. It can be in the car, it can be on the couch, or it can be in the backyard. When I hold Miranda's hands and I look in her eyes and I see how much she loves me, I found my utopia. And I don't care what's going on around.
Right.
That moment when I realize that I have a true gift from God, that somehow I still can't imagine that she looked at my dumb ass and said, yeah, this is the one I want. But for that moment, I found my utopia.
Right.
So I do believe that we can have it, but we got to make it and we got to realize it.
And I think that's a perfect segue, I think, into also the ending part. I know you've said this before every time we get to this part of the year. But I think we're all of us here, I think, are thankful for you listeners that listen to this show, that keep coming around, that keep downloading the episodes, that leave us your comments and that kind of stuff. It really does.
We love the comments. We need more of the comments.
It's been really great. This has been a really up and down journey, but it's been so fun.
It's interesting to say the least.
Yes. But for anybody who would like to, we have the email address, getoffendedtogether@gmail.com, where you can send some more long form responses. On Spotify and on YouTube, we have comment sections for more like short form responses if you'd like that. Be sure to like and subscribe on all the platforms that you listen to us on. Thank you again. And until next week, bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone, and God bless.
We live in a world that moves faster than our souls were designed for. One that shouts, scrolls, refreshes, and demands. A world where everyone has an opinion, but very few have peace. But Thanksgiving hands us a moment to breathe, to hit pause, to look around and realize that even in a chaotic, confused, and divided world, there is still so much good worth noticing. If you want real gratitude, here it is. Be grateful for the moments that didn't go your way, but taught you something. Be grateful for the people who left because they made room for those who truly care. Be grateful for the battles you won and the battles you're still fighting, because both mean you're alive and moving forward. Tonight, we hope you feel seen, encouraged, reminded that life is worth celebrating. We're thankful for you, every listener, every share, every person who sits at his digital table with us each week. Happy Thanksgiving from the Retrospect family. You're the best. Peace.